What's going on, everyone? So for like a month or so, there were rumors about McKenna Grace signing on as potentially Sidney Prescott's daughter. Problem was, we didn't get any word from it. We never got the confirmation, and it was kind of like, okay, well, what's going to happen? Is she on board? Is she not? Waiting around for the news, and then we saw that Isabel May ended up signing on, and she ended up signing on as Sidney's daughter. She's supposed to be 17 years old in this film. So it's like, okay, so wait, they didn't hire McKenna Grace. They brought in Isabel May. I mean, clearly there's a look. You just look at these two girls. There's clearly a look, right? An aesthetic that they want for Sidney's daughter. Okay, fine. No worries. So what happened with McKenna Grace? Did she just not get the role? Is she going to be in the movie? You got the older daughter. She could still play the younger daughter, right? We know Sidney has at least two daughters. She has the child that she pushed while she was doing her run on the phone, talking to Dewey. And then she said her girls, she's got to get her girls to school, getting a run in before I got to get the girls to school. So it's like, okay, well, they could still bring in McKenna Grace. And a lot of people really wanted to see McKenna Grace in this film. Well, we got official confirmation that McKenna Grace is indeed going to be in this upcoming Scream movie. McKenna Grace has been cast in Scream 7 in theaters on February 27th, 2026. Source Deadline. So, looks like we ended up getting both. Now, we don't have like full confirmation that she's actually going to be playing Sidney's other daughter, but I think it's a safe assumption. Obviously, take it all with a grain of salt because nothing is official, nothing is confirmed until it's confirmed. However, it does make sense. We know, again, Sidney has the two daughters. They do have very, like I said, there's clearly an aesthetic. There's clearly a look that they want for Sidney's children. And both McKenna Grace and Isabel May do have that aesthetic. They do have that look. And they do look like they could pass as sisters. They do look like they could pass as siblings. I also talked about, I made a video a while back. I might kind of do an updated version, kind of breaking down because we've got new information since then. But essentially that, they clearly like the sister dynamic, right? You saw that in Scream 5 and 6 with Sam and Tara. And now it seems like they're going to move in the direction of Sidney's daughters. McKenna Grace's character and then Isabel May's character. One of them, which I imagine is Isabel May's character, is expected to be Tatum, right? Makes sense. Tatum Riley. I'm fine with it, right? Look, I said this before with Isabel May, and now I'm going to say the same thing with McKenna Grace. We're probably looking at the faces and the future of the franchise, right? Like these are probably the two girls that are going to carry the torch moving forward, right? Like I imagine this film is going to be very focused on them. It's supposed to be a very Sidney and Gail-centric film, but they're also it's kind of supposed to be like this 50-50 type thing. And you got to imagine that these sisters are going to play a key significance in this film. I think it'll kind of be like how, 5 was, where you had like the friend group and you had Sam and Tara, but you still had like the Dewey story with Gail and then Sidney towards the end. Hopefully it's a little more balanced in my opinion than that. But nonetheless, I imagine we're going to see McKenna Grace in this movie playing the other daughter of Sidney, and McKenna Grace and Isabel May are more likely than not going to probably be the face, is my guess. But just to catch up to speed for those that don't know who McKenna Grace is, she is 18 years old, right? Where Isabel May's 24, so it kind of makes sense, that Isabel Grace will play the younger daughter. She has been in, she has quite the catalog. She's been in like Ghostbusters Afterlife, Frozen Empire, the two Ghostbuster movies recently, Gifted. She was in Young Sheldon, The Bad Seed, Annabelle Comes Home, Handmaid's Tale, I, Tonya, Fuller House, Captain Marvel, Once Upon a Time, Independence Day Resurgence. So she has Malignant, right? So she has quite the catalog of just things that she's credited on. Obviously some things have been bigger roles than others. Some things have been, more significant than others. But, she's an actress that has the acting chops and is the ability to play the role that you need. So I imagine this is probably going to be sort of the new Sam and Tara, like I mentioned. I think you'll have, kind of these struggles, these conflicts. I'm sure you'll have like one daughter, maybe even as like the good daughter. One daughter's kind of the rebellious daughter. I could see something like that, or maybe they're both rebellious, right? Maybe they're both, because there were, like, again, rumors. Everything's rumor until it's confirmed, but there were rumors that Sidney was a little overbearing, that she's kind of like the helicopter parent, and Mark Kincaid's kind of the more, it's kind of like don't ask mom, ask dad, or if mom says no, still ask dad type thing. That's kind of what is rumored to be the case for this upcoming Scream film, that we're going to get kind of Sidney, which is completely understandable. You think about Sidney's life, and and now her daughters are at the age, or around the age, even the youngest daughter. I imagine McKenna Grace probably plays 15, 16, something like that, right? I don't think she's going to be like 12 or anything. I think she'll be probably 15, 16 in the movie, and you'll probably have Isabel May be 17, 18 in the movie. So they'll be around the age in which Sidney Prescott was, Sidney Prescott when we saw her in the classic Scream. So got to imagine that, there's going to be boyfriends involved, and there's going to be, love interests and all that, and just, them wanting to have fun and go out and stay late and sneak out and do all this stuff. And, Sidney's going to be very guarded. I mean, it only makes sense that she would be a little hesitant, a little reluctant to just like, there you go, here's free range, like go do what you want to do, go be crazy, go be wild, because of all the trauma and just life experience that she's gone through. And then there's also, I'm sure, in the back of her mind, this thought of like, what if Ghostface does come back, right? And I'm not close or around my children to help them and protect them. Right? They could be sitting ducks, right? They could be in a position where they're compromised or in trouble because, I need to stay on top. I need to watch them. I mean, even Ghostface, yeah, in Scream 5, Ghostface wasn't after Sidney, right? Sidney showed up because of Dewey, but still, there was just a Ghostface attack that just happened, right? Like, by the time this movie comes out, 5 years prior or whatever, right? So 6 years prior. So you got to imagine that she's still at least cautious. I'm sure she's aware and knows of the attack in New York, right? Because Gail was hospitalized and near death. So got to imagine that Sidney is at least familiar with what the deal is and what was going on in these last two Ghostface attacks. And then, the New York one would be, 2-3 years by the time, the time in which that movie is taking place. So, you got to imagine that she's getting kind of a little more cautious. But I am excited to see how McKenna Grace kind of plays the role. Like, what type of role does she have? Is she really going to be the other daughter, right? Because, again, nothing's confirmed until it's confirmed. I just want to be clear on that. Of course, there's rumors and talks about, yeah, she is supposed to play the other daughter. I haven't seen, I mean, look, maybe by the time you're watching this video, maybe it has been confirmed. But at least at the time of recording this video, we just got the news that she is officially hired on, that she's officially been brought on, but not that she is for sure playing the daughter, that she is cast for a role in the upcoming Scream movie, but she's not necessarily, like, we don't know if it's cast for Sidney's other daughter, or if she's going to play, a friend, or be in the friend group or something. But my guess is, like I said, I think she'll be Sidney's daughter. I think it's a safe bet. That's been heavily kind of rumored, even before, when we were kind of weighing, like, is she going to be in this film? Is she not going to be in this film? What's going to happen with her? What's going to happen with her character? But it's great that she was able to get the role. I know a lot of people really wanted to see her in this film, so I know a lot of people are probably very excited, very happy about this news. But as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Are you excited for this news? Are you not excited for this news? Are you kind of mixed in the middle? Think she'll play Sidney Prescott's other daughter? Do you think, like, no, she'll probably, play some other role or something like that? Do you believe that her and Isabel May, let's say that they're both the daughters, do you think that, yes, we'll have that, Sam and Tara dynamic, and they will also more likely than not be the faces of Scream going forward? That doesn't mean Sidney won't still be in this film, but I can see something where, they kind of move more to the forefront. Sidney kind of moves into the background a little bit. Like, maybe still front and center, but it's more Sidney's daughter centric. And I think that there's some opportunity there. I think that there's some potential for growth and build. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. And I think that this upcoming Scream film has a lot of potential. I'm going to be optimistic, but I'm going to be cautious. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. We enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. And that subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.